Hey there, Jason Podolin back with another tip on one, making your dreams come true, and two, being the best hockey player you can be. And in order to do that, there's a lot of things that have to go right for you. And one is having a coach that's in your corner, having assistant coaches that are in your corner, having a general manager that is in your corner. And you don't want to do anything to jeopardize that relationship. And one of the biggest things you can do that you are in control of that people get wrong is showing up late. We had our first morning practice. I coach a U13 team here in town, and it was a 6 a.m. start, right? 6 a.m. to 7:30. This is the top level of hockey players for the age available. Really good group. I don't mean to disparage my group of athletes because they are a hardworking group. It was the first day out, but six, I think, showed up after the 6 a.m. start time. They were in the dressing room, they got caught talking, they were doing whatever, but they strolled out, right? 6:01, 6:02, 6:03. Nothing will get you in the coach's bad books sooner than being late. I've worked with athletes multiple times on this. An athlete in junior hockey not understanding why I was on the fourth line, yet every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks he'd show up late for a meeting or show up late for a practice. You cannot show up late and be in the coach's good books. It's impossible. It's like a worldwide scenario. No coach looks fondly on a player who seems to be unprepared, disrespectful, lacks the ability to have the time management skills to get to what is supposed to be his most important thing of the day, or her most important thing of the day. So parents, if you are involved in getting your player to practice, please take that practice seriously, especially at the competitive level. I mean, that's what house league's for. If you want to play house league and just go and show up when you want and, just have a good time playing the game, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you're committing to a hockey team, to another group of committed players that are representing a brand, a logo, sponsorship on your chest, and you're representing a community or an organization that might even be paying you money, you owe it to a lot of people to show up on time. Plus, first and foremost, you owe it to yourself because you are a brand as a hockey player. And if you are a brand that shows up late, appears to show up when you want to, appears to not take your craft very seriously, that is not going to get you very far. And I speak from experience with this. I was leading the AHL. This is the story that I remember most about being late. I had a junior coach, Brian Maxwell was his name, that was adamant about being on time. He said if you weren't 5 minutes early, you were 5 minutes late. And if you weren't on that bus or if you weren't where you needed to be at a certain time, the bus would legitimately leave. He would leave players at the hotel. He would leave players at the rink. You needed to be on that bus or you needed to be under it, was one of the sayings that he had. So I had good coaching when it came to that. But then when I was a pro, when I was in the AHL, when I was having a really good season in St. John's with the Maple Leafs, a really good season in the fact that I was 21 years old and I was leading the AHL in goals. I was crushing that season. And wouldn't you know it, I showed up late, I slept in, and I showed up late for a pregame skate. My heart sunk. I knew it was a totally wrong thing to do, wrong place, wrong time, bad time management. And guess what? I got sat out of that game that night. It was a no questions asked, no excuse policy, of course, and that's the way it should be. And later that season, I got traded. That kind of stuff happens at the pro level, even when you lead the league in goals, right? You do not want to give somebody any reason to doubt you. And I know the players I'm talking about here are like 12, 11, 13, but I know my audience is much greater than that. And for parents here, you got to support your player with this being on time. It is one of the things that you are in control of, like a lot of others. And I talk about controlling the controllables, but one is being on time. So be on time, show that you care, show respect for the people involved in the game, those that are volunteering their time, those that are trying to make you better, and show some respect for the coach and the sport and the opportunity you are given to be on that ice. It's a special thing. Cheers.